Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is a privilege for us to have you here, and I really appreciate you being here, so thank you. This is particularly important to me because today happens to be my anniversary. This is my 10th anniversary from the day that I was released after 22 years in prison. This day, 10 years ago. And wow, what a wild ride it's been. I can't help but think, as I'm sitting here making this video, that before my scheduled release, for those of you who know my story, some state-sponsored psychologists determined that I was too dangerous to be released from prison. And so they canceled my release from prison, and I stayed in prison an additional year before myself and my boyfriend had had enough, and he flew an armed helicopter into the prison to get me. I escaped. We kind of got shot down or hit something. I've never been sure as to why our chopper came down, but it did, broke into a million pieces. And after our capture, I spent 10 years in maximum isolation, including a year on death row, and ultimately spent 22 years in prison. Having said that, these psychologists said that I had over a 97% chance of reoffending, committing a new sex offense if I were to be released from prison. Well, eventually I was released from prison. Not the least of which because I studied law, became my own lawyer, and got myself out. But having said that, 97% chance of reoffending, they said, within 3 years of my release or whatever. So now we're at 10 years. And the question on the table is, how many times have I been arrested since my release from prison in 10 years? And the answer is not a single time. I have not even been questioned by the police. Okay, sorry. As a manager for KFC, I was questioned by the police a couple times because incidents happened in the store. But me as a suspect, never happened. And instead, I ended up with a really good paying job with KFC, as I mentioned. I'm no longer with KFC, and I'm currently training to be a high-speed rail passenger train driver and making good progress at that. I have had some other successes, including my pilot license, private pilot license. I live in a beautiful home. I have really, really good friends. I have a lot of good comrades at the flying club I'm in. And I have built for myself a stable life. It is stable. It is peaceful. I get to travel around Europe. I get to go wherever I want, when I want, without having to tell anybody what I'm doing. And all of that built in 10 years with no brushes with the law. So I am one who believes strongly that people deserve a second chance. There are some people who don't do much with that second chance. There are people who ruin that second chance. And then there are people who make it because they're determined to have a better way of life. They accept responsibilities for their shortcomings. They accept the flaws in their own characters. They do everything they can to change them and move in a positive direction. And that is the goal. That is what I would wish for you. It's what I would wish for anybody, even somebody who's not been convicted of a crime. Anybody who's gone through a rough patch in their lives, made some mistakes, gone in a bad direction. It's never, ever too late to turn it around. And if you get that second chance, you've got to grab it by the horns and ride that puppy. Take it as far as it'll go because you've got exactly one shot at this life. There is no other life after this one. I don't believe there's an afterlife. Regardless, you're not going to have another chance on this earth as far as I know, at least the data I've read. Make this chance count. Thank you for giving me a moment to celebrate with you online. Thank you for allowing me to just thoroughly enjoy this moment because at this stage, that part of my life's behind me and I am thoroughly enjoying the life that I have. How did I get here? It's this simple. I wasn't satisfied with my situation, so I did something about it. I'm just saying. This will be the only time I celebrate this anniversary because after this video is finished being filmed, I'm done thinking about it. It's time to look only forward. I'm not thinking about prison again. I wish the same for you, whatever prison you might be in or might have been in. Take care, my friends. Cheers.